Hey folks, welcome back to the MTG Sunday Jank-Off, except it's not. It's just myself, Ben or Break. The MTG Sunday Jank-Off will be coming on Wednesday this week. That'll be Wednesday the 1st at our usual time of 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 23 UTC, where myself and AlbinoCheesemonkey bring our standard janks against each other each week. New brews every week, and we see whose jank is the danker. Today, since we weren't able to jank off on our usual Sunday jank off, give you a little behind the scenes. I'm able to stream today. My friend Joe wasn't able to replace AlbinoCheesemonkey this weekend, so we'll be getting the inside scoop of how jank goes from in the jank tank to getting rank. Thank. All right. We're starting off with Dragonback Rage. This is title to be determined. I try to give it a descriptive one while it's still in the beginning stages. I have a whole tank of decks here that I am working on. We'll come back here after we get some games in. Reconnect, please. Thank you. Arena. But for now, this is what we're working with. The game plan, this will be a rejank of our previous Dragonback Assault Doppeljank. No, Dragon Gang? Dragon Gang. Earlier episode. You're in the right playlist. Just go to an earlier episode and you can search for Dragon Gang. We're in Teamer to take advantage of Dragonback Assault, which is a sweeper and has a landfall effect that makes a ton of dragons. We're going to zero in on that landfall ability. We're going to do a lot of landfall stuff. We have a lot of landfalling ramp cards like Glimpse the Core, Bloomvine Regent, Spelunking, World Soul's Rage. We're going to be ramping up to our Dragonback Assault using those land ramp effects, Ancient Cornucopia, and Ice Till Explorer is our new build around from Edge of Eternities. It is a rare. You may play additional land on each of your turns, and you may play lands from your graveyard. So we're going to get lands in our graveyard, get an additional land drop each turn, and we're going to build up to this Dragonback Assault real quick and then start making more land drops, making more dragons as we go. That's the overall game plan. Our backup win con is World Soul's Rage. It can be an early ramp piece, or mid-game ramp piece, I guess, and late-game win con because it can fireball. Face is the place. All right. So I've already pre-built what I think the deck is going to look like. This is just a deck building sideboard. This is not our actual sideboard. We'll have to come back to that later in the episode to finalize that. But for now, here's the core of what we're doing. I only have one Dragonback Assault not crafted, so we're going to craft that up. We don't care about using uncommons. And we're going to get janking. So usually I will start off with a single play queue game. Standard play, best of one, Dragonback Rage. Let's get some tunes bopping. No thematic playlist this week. I've got the thematic SPM/OM1 playlist put together for the Jank-Off on Wednesday. But for now, we are just listening to my regular old library. Okay, this has no turn to play because we can't play Roiling Dragonstorm, but this has our win con and has ramp to get us there. We will give it a try. It's going to be nice to be a little more explanatory with my commentary as I go this game, because I won't be co-streaming with my friend AlbinoCheesemonkey. Great guy, great friend. Well, gotta conceal what plays I'm making as I do them. So Insidious Roots, we're going to be pretty weak to that strategy. They're going to outgrow our Dragonback Assault Sweeper pretty quickly, and I'm not really sure what to do about that. We are really hoping to draw a land here. Main deck, we don't have any way to remove that. That is almost a land. That is so close to being a land. But it's not going to be what we need. We can do this. We can go let's go get us a blue source. Got our island waiting here. just for us. That's royal. We do have to discard one of these. I think it's going to be the cornucopia. Everything else is pretty crucial. Music's a little loud. Sorry, folks. Let me turn that down. Alright, they begin grabbing. They actually whiff on creatures, so they're not going to be able to trigger their roots this turn. Our opponent is having a rough start. They had missed their third land. They'll probably find it now. No, they chose to take Dredger's Insight. Okay. They did make their land drop. So our options here... I think I want to claim territory. This gives us forests, one into the battlefield, one into hand. We can then spelunk. Ideally hit another land. We don't. I'm just going to get this back in the deck. Alright. I'm hoping our opponent makes plants, but not too big. I'm hoping we can Dragon Back Assault, sweep them away. Oh gosh, they're going to be huge. If they hit a creature here, they're just going to be... It's going to be terribly big. They do hit a creature. Okay, does that make them 3/4s? Makes one of them a 3/4. Okay, that feels a little more doable to deal with. We are going to... Do we have lands in the graveyard? No. Really wishing we had another land, but this will give us a lot of life and mostly sweep our board. And we can start generating dragons. Oh, very good. Now we can cast this. Let's dump this Glimpse the Core. I do not think we need it. Fabled Passage is great because it will represent 2 land drops. One when you play it, one when you sacrifice it to search for a basic, and that comes into play. So we're going to get out double Dragon Back Assault next round and play Fabled Passage and maybe get some additional land drops with Ice to Explore and just make a ton of dragons. We might be able to do this. Our opponent had a slow start. Obviously having something in the sideboard that can answer Insidious Roots is something we can do. But we don't have any enchantment removal main deck, I'm pretty sure. Another thought I had was including the Meringue River Regent. That's a 6 mana blue dragon that when it comes into play can bounce things. Okay, so it's going to get out of hand pretty quickly. If they have another way to trigger it, we're in some real trouble. Does not trigger it. Alright. Can't block. Well, could, but it's just a jump block. Alright, let's get this on in here. Seriously considering using this ill-timed explosion to get rid of our friend's roots over there. I don't think we do. I think we're just going to overwhelm them. I think they're going to combo hard, but we are going to play a little harder. Okay. We have lethal in the air. They do have a lot of mana, but we have a lot of life. They have to win the game through some kind of combo. Either that or have a sweeper. I don't think Insidious Roots usually runs a sweeper, though. Oops, sorry. All right, Rodrigo, what's it going to be? Don't rope me on my TV show. You had your chance to pop off with tokens. Now it's my turn. Oh, there's a combo. Let's see if they can kickstart that combo. Interesting that they have that combo angle. I haven't seen Conqueror and Starship Cleric in this deck before. I was seeing Cleric that made me wonder if they did have a game-ending combo of some kind. So they need to... I don't think we would be dead if they had the ability to gain or lose life, but I'm not seeing it. All we have to do is just not lose any life, chat. Yeah, they didn't have a way to kickstart this chain reaction. Because this creature says when you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. This opponent says when an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. So they just keep triggering each other until the opponent is dead. I think we got him though. They only have 1 flying blocker. I'm going to do this just because I can. I don't want to leave room for my math to be wrong. Okay. Let's go, go, go. Oh. Yep. All right. Unranked. Jank's out of the tank. What changes do we want to make? Well, we can start by giving this a heart so it's near the top of what we're working on. I like Saga Wildling more than I thought I would. I don't think we have room for more copies though. Unsure about Spelunking. A lot of our lands come in untapped anyway. It's just World Soul's Rage that cares for the most part. I've found a single Spelunking to be helpful pretty often, so I think we're very low on interaction, but that's just kind of a known quantity with the deck. We ramp in the early turns and then make game-ending plays in the mid-game. That's kind of what we do. So I'm okay with that being a weakness of ours. Let's give us a try on ranked. Really hoping to get to the World Soul's Rage win con for at least one of these matches early on, but I don't mind winning with dragons either. I like dragons. Okay, this hand basically does nothing. We have a blue source. We have a green source. This looks much better. What do we put back? I think Dragonstorm will probably draw us more lands. I think I put back Forest here. We're going to turn 1. Make sure we have red mana covered for when we need it. Then turn 2, Mistrise, playing Dragonstorm. Turn 3, hopefully we find something to ramp with. Bingo. Looks like we're against mono white life gain. All right, we have plenty of forests, so we can give that a pitch. So I have plenty of lands, and I still can start getting stuff back pretty quickly from the graveyard, getting lands back. Okay, they're going to seam rip our Roiling Dragonstorm. I am so okay with that. We don't really have much that seam rip's a good target for, but like we really don't care. Okay, Cornucopia is down. We can get down Explorer and make 2 land drops. Okay, Zorling can be a concerning card. Still dies to Dragonback Assault currently. And we are only a... This is good. This is good. Sure, take action. Play that mountain. We're going to Royal. Pitch that land, because we can just get it back from the graveyard next turn if they don't kill our Ice Till, and if they do, we have another one. Looks like they're going for our Ice Till. Why do they care so much about our Whirling Dragon Storms? I do not understand. Alright, well, avert your eyes, folks, because we're going to commit a bit of assault. That'll wipe their bats. Make a dragon. Make a dragon. That'll make more dragons next turn. Tack on in. And we mana to cast Urani if we really want to as well. Probably that's what we'll do next turn. Our opponent kind of needs a board wipe or enchantment removal. I don't know in what world they go for Roiling Dragonstorm over Cornucopia or Mistrise Village. Okay, so they have Starscape Cleric established, which could represent a game-ending combo, as we kind of saw last game. So we will Fable our passages. Will give us a little fetch. Let's get that blue out. I don't think I really want to give... Oh, I don't care. I'm gonna... You know what? We can just let them go. Thought so. Take that, emote spammers. Well, we can, we've been very successful so far. We can start touching the sideboard. Alright, sideboard. So I need to go back into this deck building view, folks. We are going to need more interaction for post-sideboard games. Pick your poison, I'm not sure about. Graveyard Hate, it's going to be our Ghost Vacuums, I think. I really want to try Sorceress's Schemes. It's a good one against mill decks. Or maybe control decks even. You have the win con of cycling these, getting each other back from exile and from the graveyard, while also getting back an additional card if you have enough mana. And we have a lot of mana. And for us, that instant or sorcery card would be World Souls range. So that can represent a good win con against control. I'm unsure about our counterspell suite. We definitely can run them. I'm not sure how many to run. I think we want a full play set of torches. Do we want something for bigger creatures? I think we want bounce. It's Floodmaw, 2 words. I'm looking for Into the Floodmaw, folks. There it is. Okay, that's going to be too many. We also need Artifact Enchantment Removal. I think Pick the Poison is not the best one. I kind of like the Avert. Divert? No, that's not the one. Mana value is 2. Colors green. Type is instant. Not Heritage Reclamation, that's my other choice. Seed Chip Impact, that's the one. Because it's very good against Cauldron and Prophetic Memory, and it gives us, if you snipe one of those, it gives us a Lander token. The Lander token gives us landfall triggers, and we have plenty of basic lands to search up. So I think I prefer this over Heritage Reclamation. That's going to be the more flexible card in many matchups because of the cycling mode that exiles a card from a graveyard. I think having the landfall is more synergistic with this deck, so we're going to give that a try. Alright. I'm actually going to go down on Floodmaws. I think 1 is probably sufficient. It's kind of hard for us to cast red and blue spells very early on. For turn 1, we need our island, our mountain, or one of these 8 verges. Which is, you know, less than half our lands. Torches... Unsure about. I think I like 4 Seed Chip Impacts, though. Two Ghost Vacuum seems good. What is Ugin doing in here? I don't think we need Ugin. I don't think we need Ugin. Oh, Meringue. I think I like this better as our bounce solution. It's also a card draw, good against control. Let's do that. Are we ever going to bring in 4? Maybe, maybe not. So against control, our plan is mostly to cut these cheap plays. Focus on our game-ending ones. I'm realizing... Oh, what's the one? Dispelling Exile. We have 6 dragons in the deck. Post board, we could have up to 10. I think I like some Dispelling Exile, though. We will want 2 negates. Negate. Maybe a null. I like a null. I don't think Spell Pierce is the thing for this deck. We want games to go long. All right. Let's cut down on torches. Let's try 2 against aggro. Let's cut down on seed chip impacts. Let's try 2. And meringue, we can cut down to 3. This seems good enough to start with. This is just in common. We'll craft that. Okay. Let's get us going. All right. We'll do one more best of 1. Yeah, we can just drive it in the best of 3. I will be scooping if someone's playing Vivi Cauldron. Also, viewers, let me know in the chat if you want to play during this testing process. Like, just give me your name with your numerical discriminator. You can just find that on your profile page on Arena, and we can get a game in. Just don't bring Vivi Cauldron. I will scoop it and then ban you from chat if you're playing Vivi Cauldron against this thing. Let's start with red. I like red. Alright, we got a spammer. Is it a permanent emote? I might have missed it. Alright. Terminus of return. Sure thing, Chief. Let's give all our stuff +1/+0. Trample, haste. Looks like our opponent's ramping to Ugin. They would not be playing this many colorless cards if they weren't. Ice Till Explorer is probably just going to die, but we'll send it out to get us an additional land drop. Still get some beats in. So next turn we're going to hope to draw land, play Dragon Mech Assault. If we don't, World Soul's Rage can at least get back this land from the graveyard. I'm assuming the Explorer is just toast. We'll see if it gets toasted by Ugin or something else. The answer is something else. I don't think they will present a target for... They presented a target for World Soul's Rage. Alright, let's see if we can draw another land. That's basically a tapped land. We do have to kill them eventually. I think we're going to ill-timed explosion here. Our opponent's not going to have a ton of targets for the sweeper. I was really hoping to draw land there. That's okay, we can pitch these too. I'll get rid of their pillager. And we can get ourselves blue manas. Okay. I'm really hoping they play Ugin and get rid of our Frostcliff Siege, because I don't want them playing Ugin and getting rid of our Dragon Mech Assault. Okay, well now we have 2 at least. I don't like playing this for no value, but we're kind of out of lands. It's possible we should be running more lands. I'm only running 24 in this deck. We have a lot of ways to search for them. Okay, that is still mana to cast Ugin if they find him. I have not found him yet. That is still mana to cast Ugin. They have a lot of mana. Okay, Dragon time. Hasty Dragon time. I don't think they have counterspells in their mono black deck. 2 Hasty Dragon time. Okay, we have Lethal in the air. They're probably going to remove 1. They have the mana too. to know. This is still lethal if they can't interact with us at all, because we will be making hasty dragons with our World Soul's Rage. I don't think that life changes it. They need removal. This still casts Ugin. I'm not sure if Ugin quite saves them. Okay, don't care about that. We will still, I believe, win. Let's make some hasty dragons. Okay, they still have one removal spell left, it felt like. We're going to bring back our last land from the graveyard, make 2 more hasty dragons. I think we got them, folks. Undefeated. Alright, what do we need here? Seed Ship Impact seems pretty good for sniping Hedron Archives. This is a control matchup, so our counters seem very good. I'm less worried about these kind of early plays. We want to keep in our threats. Ill-timed Explosion is kind of meh. We're not going to need the sweeper mode, but it is card draw. I guess if we're not going to use the sweeper mode and we need the card draw, we'd rather have the Roiling Dragonstorms. Running should be quite good. Protection from black. They would need a sweeper to deal with it. They are running sweepers, but it's okay. Let's go with 3 Dragonstorms. This is a lot of blue mana. We might have trouble finding it all. It's possible I should have a second island in the mana base if I have Meringue River Regents in the sideboard. Give this a shot. But that's what tuning your jank is for, folks. We're working on it. Doing it live. This is workable. Turn 1 Wildling. Turn 2 Seed Ship Impact. Turn 3 Blue Mine Regent. In this matchup, I don't care about Ghost Vacuum. In this matchup, we are going to want to get blue first, usually. Though we do have a World Soul's Rage sitting right here. Okay. We'll get red then. We don't have any of our counters in hand. We are technically more likely to draw blue off the top of the library also, because of the 1 extra Misprize Village. Wow, okay, yeah, don't care about that. And there's our counter, so would have been nice to fetch blue there. I really don't care about this guy, he's just going to die incidentally to a sweeper at some point. Sure, yeah, take what you want. They can't take Bloomvine Regent, which is our play next turn. They should probably take Dragonback Assault. They may take the counter or the artifact removal, depending on what their next play is. Okay, they made the play I would make. We drew another one. The old Thoughtseize bug. Alright, let's keep ramping. This is a new card, folks, from Spider-Man. Or, sorry, Through the Omen Paths 1. Yeah, so we're not going to be doing any Ice Till Explorer things, really, this game. Felt like they didn't actually have any plays. They didn't have any plays. Okay. We're going to play our Cornucopia, which lets us keep up our Dispelling Exile and our Seed Ship Impact. They should have a very hard time dealing with an artifact in mono black. Yep, don't care about that. That's going to die to one of our sweepers. We're going to play Dragonback Assault next round. We have no targets for the demo fields. Alright, sure thing. We should have a pretty hard time removing this too. Ugin would be able to do it. So we're gonna... They can't play Ugin next turn. But after that we're gonna do our best to keep up a counter spell for Ugin. He has a cast trigger, doesn't he? We can't actually counter the cast trigger. Oh, forgot about the treasure mode. They can cast Ugin. It will suck if they cast Ugin. They have Ugin. Okay. I did not account for the treasure from Fountain Port. We can probably not beat him, I'll be honest. We can bounce him, though. It does give another cast trigger. We've kind of run out of ramp, and we don't have any lands in the graveyard. I think if we bounce Ugin, gambling on them not having a land in hand, that just goes badly. I think we've already lost, folks. Oh, yeah, we can't even guess it. Never mind, we're good. Ice Steel Explorer? This lets us hold up our 2 pieces of interaction, at least. They're running a mono black deck, so they'll have lots of creature removal, maybe even post board. We'll see if how much they kept in. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. Ugin definitely gives the mono black deck some legs it doesn't otherwise have. Usually they have to get rid of artifacts or enchantments through hand disruption, dealing with it before the opponent plays it. But Ugin allows them to take care of that. Yeah, we're not counting that. Now they definitely have lands to recast Ugin as well. Yep, I think we just go next game. Uggin's a little hard for us to beat, which is something to note for tweaking our sideboard after this match. Okay. Null seems fine. Actually, it's just so hard for us to have blue mana early. Maybe we just cut it. Sea Chip Impact seemed fine. We know they're running Graveyard Hate. Maybe we just cut Ice Steel Explorer. It's a creature that's just too vulnerable to being removed. Allow us to bring in the Dragon Storm. Try the Sorceress's Schemes. Nah, it's just going to get hit by the Ghost Vacuum. Potions, I guess. Guaranteed ramp. Let's do a 2-2 split. Okay. I'm really not afraid of their aggressive aspects. They're going to win by kind of running us out of cards and threats rather than by beating us down. Well, we'll play first, sure. Okay, this is good. Turn 1, we fetch blue. Turn 2, play Roiling Dragonstorm. Probably put a land in the graveyard. Turn 3, Ancient Cornucopia. And see what else we have drawn in that time. Seems like hands with Fabled Passage are pretty good ones. Splunking's good. Okay, we may want to keep that land. No, that's fine. Fabled Passage isn't a real land. I really don't care about a 2-mana 2-1 with like Flink. That's not very threatening to us. Okay, next turn we are hoping to draw land. That would let us... Good stuff. Cornucopia. Sure, take action. Give us a little ramp. And we are way ahead this game, folks. We just need to find our counter spells before they get to Ugin. And we're all set for Dragonback Assault next round. They're going to Demolition Field our Verge. Don't care. I guess it takes away our double blue from our Angry River Regent. So I'm thinking if we keep these guys in the sideboard, we should definitely add a second island to the mana base. Honestly, we have a lot of good blue sideboard cards. Just having another blue source, probably worth it in general. Okay. This will gain us a lot of life. Cornucopias, also blue sources. I didn't need to remember that. Withering Torment. Alright, our opponent has answers. I guess we play this out. Yeah, we have Splunking in hand. We can just fetch out another forest. I don't think a 5 mana 3/3 is going to do much against a black control deck. And we can play this. Ureni. We're going to do a little trick here. We're going to return our own Spelunking. Represents extra card draw. I'm assuming this region's just going to bite it. That's fine. Still essentially gives us more card draw. They're probably also going to demo field this Verge. Also fine. Really don't care. No, they're holding. Okay, we do really want to draw a counter spell. They can play Ugin next turn if they want. Let's start by doing Blue Vine stuff. I think we wait to play Ureni until we have something it can remove. Okay, found a counterspell. Let's pitch a forest here. Should still have 3 left in the deck, maybe? Okay, perfectly fine. We will be negating Ugin if they play it. They're still going to get to remove something. They probably... Oh, Cornucopia? Yeah, I don't care about that. Now the real question is, do they have 2 Ugins? Oh, Ureni removes Planeswalkers. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Alright, let's see how many forests we have. 2 more. That's fine. This is probably only ever going to be a card draw spell against this opponent, so we'll just cast it now. Good stuff. And the Regent beatdown commences. We did not draw any more counter spells, unfortunately. Guess I forgot we were going to be doing that return to hand thing. We could have left mana up and saw if we could draw one. But knowing that Ureni can remove Ugin, I am less concerned. Kind of don't want them to remove my last Cornucopia. We didn't put that second island in the mana base. Okay, they're going to exile our Regent also. Sure. There's more where that came from. So I don't like that they haven't used a sweeper yet. Unfortunately, we are going to have to play Ureni. It's possible they boarded out their sweepers. But at least we're going to probably force it out before we play this Regent. Yep, I had the sweeper. I'm curious if they're going to collect evidence to get rid of that or the Dragon Mech Assault. I would get rid of Assault if I were me, but it's possible they're scared of Ureni. Okay, they make the what I think is the right move. And I believe with that, our chances of winning are pretty slim. We can still burn the opponent out with repeated castings of... Oh, what's that? World Tree. No, not World Tree. World Soul's Rage. That's the one. That's the one. Discard a card. We have to discard a card. I'm just going to get rid of this Dragon Storm. And I'm going to start casting these World Soul's Rages. Or do we wait for maximum value? I guess we wait for maximum value. We'll throw them a Regent, something for them to deal with. This allows us to also recast the Dragon Storm if we want. I think we do that. Yep, we are floating blue. I think we're out of basics, but we'll check just in case. Give us a Castoroni. Castoroni. Wow. What are you doing, Ben? Second World Soul's Rage, very good. Okay, I have hope. They're going to keep sucking up our lands, it looks like. They're afraid of the Ice Steel Explorers that we took out. But we should be able to get the remaining ones before too long. Oh, they're going to try to make their own dragon. That's fine. So next turn, I'll exile our graveyard. I didn't think they'd keep that in. 8, 12. We still have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana, so we can do this for 11. And we've got another one in hand. Gain 3 life? Can you gain 3 life? That will gain 3 life. Sorry, they need to gain more than 3 though. Okay, looks like we're going to take this match, folks. I don't see anything they can do. For 1 mana? Yeah. We're doing pretty good. 100% deck win rate doesn't happen often this long into the testing process. I wanted to give you all a window into the testing process, and this is not quite typical. How are you folks doing on music volume? And if you're lurking and an arena player, you want to help test this deck, I'm open to direct challenges right now. Just pop your username with your numerical discriminator in the chat there, and you can do a direct challenge. Okay. Torches, they still seem helpful against aggro. We haven't faced aggro yet, but a null I'm getting a little lower on. Meringue felt good and flexible against control decks, which seemed to be our weaker matchup, probably. We can overpower an aggro deck if we can survive. Torch the towers, maybe Dispelling Exhales is what we'd bring in that case. This might be a little light on answers for aggro. We just ramp so hard, and we have 8 main board sweepers. And some good blockers, too. This is removal. I'm going to try this. I like the second Regent. Alright folks, if you're just joining, this is not the MTG Sunday Jank-Off. That will be Wednesday at the usual time, 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 23 UTC. AlbinoCheesemonkey is out of town, valiantly playing in an international Keyforge tournament. Another deck building game. So we're very proud of him. Looking forward to... Okay, we are not playing against Vivi. Folks, this deck needs to be banned. And I'm not going to waste time playing against it. It's going to beat us. It's going to beat everything out there. Not all the time, not 100% win rate, obviously, but it is just so many leagues better than everything else. There's already been an announcement, kind of, that they're probably going to ban BV and maybe ban Soul Cauldron. So, if you're playing that deck, just on the ranked ladder when you're already in Mythic. Like, you're not gaining any rewards for getting higher in Mythic unless you're like way up there. We're not way up there. We're not facing those people. It's almost the end of the month. If they're down in percentile Mythic, they're not going to get all the way up. They don't need to be grinding with Phoebe. Anyway, rant over. I think we still take the play with this deck. Do we, on turn 1, sorry, turn 2, is it better to Glimpse or Dragonstorm when we have the chance? I think Glimpse. Missing red mana, which is all right for now. Slick Shot. Okay, so we're against aggro. I would have plotted the Slick Shot there personally, but to each their own. Let's get some life gain going. We are pitching Ill-Timed Explosion here if we don't draw another land. We did draw another land, though. I think we put that in the graveyard. We have ways of getting it back. 8 cards in main deck. Next turn is going to be Play Mountain, play Dragonback Assault, sweep their board. Hoping they don't play Screaming Nemesis. That's good. Hoping they don't kill us with the Slick Shot. I don't think they can with 3 mana, but they're going to make a big dent in us. If this is triple Bolt Wave, I'll be impressed. And Bolt Wave, Shock. That's still a lot of damage. We're down to 5. We'll gain 3 next turn. Their Slick Shot will be dead. I really don't want to see Nemesis still. I don't think they have enough mana to fire up their creature land and attack. But there's something we have to watch out for. Okay, now they do. Okay, let's make some dragons. I think we actually save the second one for when we actually need to sweep. And for now, just give this a cast. Decline. We can take back that back. Pardon, that back to hand. We'll just cast Roiling Dragonstorm here. Oh, very good. Sure, why not? I guess we can't fetch our second blue, but that's fine. We can fetch green. Oh no, we have another blue. Okay, we're not going to need that many Roiling Dragonstorms. 12 toughness blocking is pretty good. We don't block. We're kind of dead if they have 3 points of burn. We can still draw our... what's it called? Frostcliff Siege. And get another hasty attacker. That would allow us to end the game of this turn. Doesn't look like we do. I'll still try for it. Yeah. Sounds like fun. We can get rid of that. And we'll play another Cornucopia in case we get to untap, but I'm not confident. I don't think I should have gone for that Dragonstorm there. That was kind of the content play rather than the optimal play. We can't block this Nemesis because then they'll just send 4 damage at our face. That's worse than just letting it through. And now they show us Burn. Definitely had a chance there. So I'm not feeling bad about our aggro matchup. We bring in torches, dispelling exhales. We can cut late game cards. Urania's probably too late game. Regent gains life. I like that. That's a sweeper. I like that. This can double as removal. I think we go down on 2 ice tills. Spelunking. Go down on 2 ice tills. Sideboard out 2 ice till explorers. If you want to go down on the bug. Side note, I really love the planets from Edge of the, well, the non-Orzhov planets from Edge of Eternities. Like, I don't really know the lore behind the 2. Oh, we don't have green mana here. We probably draw green mana. I like the way we have turn 1 torch. And likely turn 2 glimpse of Chlor if we draw basically any basic. I like the Higher Claw. Perfect. We can torch that. Don't think there's going to be a better target. Okay, we miss on a basic land. Again, basically any land will let us Ancient Cornucopia. At least this is castable. Okay, we did find land. I don't think we're going to have time for this Glimpse the Core. We kept a low land hand and haven't drawn many more. I think next turn we remove the Slick Shot if we draw a land and get the chance to play World Soul's Rage X equals 2. If not, I think we go Bloom Vine Regent Omen. Just guarantee that we have land drops. We can maybe take another round of being hit by a Slick Shot. Okay. I'm worried that they're holding up protection. This is not the right play. I should have played Bloom Vine Regent. Or the Omen from Bloom Vine. Okay. Do we want Ice Till? I don't think we made a land drop this turn. Ice Till gives us land drops, so I'm going to do the content play. With 5 mana, they can probably kill us with Slick Shot now, though. We didn't really have a way out that turn. Right, totally fine. I don't like that we lost our life gain source, but that's not burn pointed at face. I am worried about removal. We kind of have to play into it, though. Yep. Did I say removal? I meant protection. Oh, good stuff. They still have enough haste and burn in that deck that we're definitely in some trouble. Let's see if we mill a land. If we do, we can play it from graveyard. Good stuff. I think we still have another land drop, so if we mill another, we can still play from graveyard. Good stuff. Kind of wanted that in hand, but alright. We can maybe even win the game with World Soul's Rages. We're also going to be playing this Bloom Vine Regent. Yeah, we don't need these in hand. I think for now the plan is to use Regents as our main beater and play the World Soul's Rages as removal. Okay. Let's get some life gain. This will allow us to pick up our Dragon Storms and replay them. I wish it hadn't tapped our blue there, but that's fine. Okay, we are gaining life. Let's royal. We're not going to need all of these, so I'm very happy to pitch them to each other at this point. Kind of wanted that in hand, but that's all right. Life gain. Love it. Do we have 1 or 2 land drops left? Sorry, I meant 0 or 1. Alright, we have life gain in hand. We basically have lethal. I'm worried that they'll have lightning helix, so I'm not sure I'm going to try to just full value World Soul's Rage at face. Let's take things a little slow. I did not play around a braid. I should not have played that until we play some other lands. Yeah, that's fine. 7 damage at face. That guarantees that we gain this cornucopia life. Let's see if they had that or braid. Okay. I did right playing around it after I played the cornucopia. I should have done even better playing around it before playing the cornucopia. And now we have lethal burn in hand for next turn. Okay, game 3. Not really sure why they kept that particular hand. I don't think we want the Meringue River regions, although it is a way to deal with the Screaming Nemesis temporarily. Did we take out Frostcliff Siege? I liked Ice Till more than I expected I would. Yeah, let's stick with 3. We want our early ramp and early card draw. All right, folks. We're game 3, match 3 or 4, testing this Dragonstorm deck. Well, Dragonback Assault deck. We're in Teamer. We're doing lots of landfall stuff. We're using Ice Till Explorer from Edge of Eternities. I am so happy to see Fanatical Firebrand as their 1-drop. All right. We cannot turn 1 Saga Wildling, unfortunately, so we'll island. Just be a little spooky. Oh, I should have played Fabled Passage, actually, Fetch Forest. I forgot that we don't have green access right now because of Thornspire Verge coming in on red initially. So maybe we'll draw a green source. If not, we'll just play our Fabled Passage. And okay, that's a scarier 1-drop. Okay, looks like the plan currently is turn 3 Cornucopia, cast the Omen from Saga Wildling, and then turn 4 Ill-Timed Explosion, gain 2 life, hoping they don't have an Abrade. Curious if they're going to put the counters on Hard Claw. Looks like they are. That's usually the cautious play. They're probably going to try to get it out of range of our damage-based removal. I don't think they will in time. Okay, good stuff. Cornucopia. Let's get a little bit of immediate life gain right now. Fetch up that second blue. Looks like we have a second red in hand already. Next turn we can either Regent or Ill-Timed Explosion, actually. With Slickshot on the field, I'm leaning toward Ill-Timed Explosion. We just really don't want that to survive. We're down to 5 as well. So yes, I think sweeping the board is warranted. Okay. Pitch this. Pitch Glimpse, I think. Next turn we can Dragonback Assault. Do a little more board sweeping, gain 3 more life. Hoping they don't play Screaming Nemesis. Firebrand is just fine. Sometimes I would be tempted to hold Dragonback Assault when just faced with this 1-1, but we want to gain the life right now, and even the damage from a 1-1 can add up. I don't think they should have 6 points of burn in hand. They would need 2 lightning bolts, and that's not legal in Standard. Best they would have is Boros Charm. Or Double Shock. Boros Charm. So we could be dead. Yeah, we definitely could be dead. If they have Shock, they've got us. Same thing, Burst Lightning. Yeah, alright, very close losses. We had a strong win and 2 close losses. I'm willing to accept that as pretty good performance for this ramp deck versus an aggro deck. Aggro's pretty tough for decks with a little interaction. So let's look at our sideboard, see if we want to tweak anything in that regard. I do like Meringue River Regent, but it seems like we have enough good tools against control that we should be teching more for aggro. I think we go down there and probably back up to 4 torches. Don't love it. Odds of having turn 1 red are we have just 5 lands that will do it. But it's still good removal. Okay. Folks, if you play Arena, we're testing some Jank for the Jank-Off on Wednesday. I'm open to direct challenges. Pop me your username and numerical discriminator, and can do a direct challenge for next match if you'd like. Just don't play Vivi. Not playing against Vivi Cauldron. Ban that deck. Are you guys enjoying the Pro Tour this weekend? I'm not watching because they're playing Modern, and I'm a standard, pretty standard guy. But the format looks a lot more diverse than the last 2 Modern Pro Tours. I remember Grinding Breach and Nadu being the decks at those times. This does not look like Vivi. This looks like Is It Prowess? Do we cast a sweeper on their single Drake Hatcher? I don't think so. I think we're going to be greedy. Let's wrap up to this ill-timed explosion, shall we? Hoping we draw something we don't care about discarding. Yeah, we can discard a forest. Oh, sorry. Ramp up to Dragon Mech Assault. Next turn, we will be doing Dragon Mech Assault unless it looks like they can save their Drake Hatcher from it. But usually these Drake Hatcher decks dump all their damage. Sorcery speed. Enigma Drake. Power equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Never seen that card. Let's get rid of that Drake Hatcher, though. So we can start making dragons of our own. Our 4/4 dragons will block and maybe trade, maybe block very well against this Enigma Drake. We'll see how many instants and sorceries they can get into the graveyard. Okay, Planeswalkers are a little harder for us to deal with. We do have one answer in the deck in the form of a one-off Urani. Okay. Oh, I forgot about World Soul's Rage. That works too. Let's make a dragon. That's a pretty good blocker. Yeah, we can cast this for X equals 5, which will remove Ral. I think that's worth doing, even though we don't have any lands to ramp with. Oh, we have one. That's another dragon. Okay, these are good blockers, so I'm not worried about our opponent's attackers. We have a lot of those Is It creature lands. Usually you don't see those played. They're not extremely good ones. Okay. No problems there. 5 damage, target creature, planeswalker, draw, then discard. There's a lot more dragons where these came from. If there's a bounce spell into the Floodmaw, maybe. Yep. Dang, I'm getting good at this. We are going to Ill-Timed Explosion and hope to draw a 4-drop. I'll play Cornucopia first. Gain some life. No 4-drop, so we will decline to discard. But this is still going to be a lot of land drops, which means a lot of dragons. Alright, let's get second red source. Dragons will continue until morale improves. We've got our win con on the field, we've got life gain on the field, so I think our opponent is kind of locked out of this game. I don't think they can really attack. If they do, I'm double blocking. It's possible they have a pump spell, but no, they're just doing that, I guess. I don't think we gain a life yet. If we don't draw anything good to play, we'll play the second Dragon Storm and maybe gain life then. Yeah, we don't need this land. Let's play the next. We can still play Glimpse the Core, so we'll decline these triggers still. Good stuff. Let's discard this land. We can use Ice Till to play our cards from the graveyard. I don't think we'll be able to draw any more. Well, we could technically Roiling Dragonstorm, get some stuff back, but we don't need to. Yeah, they know it's over. Because we're just going to make so many dragons, at least 4 that turn if we wanted. Okay, we are against Izzet Prowess with Enigma Drake. I don't think we really care about bringing in Ghost Vacuum against Enigma Drake. Our solution is just to wipe them, wipe their board. I didn't see a lot of good targets for Torch the Tower either. I go Meringues here, actually. Meringues counterspells. What's going to be too slow? I'll keep Inurani because of Ral. Spelunking seems too slow. Frostcliff Siege is more of an anti-control kind of thing. Maybe does the Meringues out. It's possible we should be bringing in torches as well, but I think we're probably good here. Early ramp, early card draw, counters. It seems fine. Hey folks, hope you're enjoying this Temur Dragonback Assault deck. Name TBD. We are digging some jank out of the jank waiting tank to get ready for the Jank-Off on Wednesday. I won't be playing this deck. I'll be playing a very fun 5-color deck. But until then, AlbinoCheesemonkey was not able to make it. It looks like our opponent brought in counter spells sideboard. I don't know why they'd be passing with open mana. They're the aggro deck usually. Anyway, testing this jank for later in the Jank-Off series. I meant to fetch Mountain there. I'm a nugget. That's what I get for talking and playing at the same time. Let's see if they have that counter. Yeah, I really don't care about them countering our Glimpse the Core, but not fetching red there was a pretty big deal. That locks us out of playing these cards unless we find another red source. We can still Ice Till Explorer, get back Fabled Passage from the graveyard, play that, so we should be fine. But it is a mistake that should not have been made. Small mistake there. Should have played the Forest and glimpsed with my other Forest and left the Verge open in case our opponent wanted to be afraid of 1 blue mana. Maybe they wanted to be afraid of Spell Pierce, you know? Okay, they have an Otter, and because we don't have... Oh yeah, we wouldn't be able to anyway. So, Ice Till. Let's get red. I really don't want to be milling those, to be honest. I'm not sure if we'll be able to keep this Explorer, so we're going to keep using him. Let's get double blue. I think we left out a Meringue River Regents, but never hurts to have some blue mana, you know? Okay, hope this guy survives. If they plus Ral, we can still take him out by making 2 land drops. And I think that is what we'll do. I'm worried about counter spells, though. Hopefully they tap out. We can kind of test the waters with an ill-timed explosion, if we want. Please tap out Ralstone. Wow, they're Ralstone playing Ral. Okay, we can't kill Ral this turn anymore. Okay, they are tapped out though. This will be our window to resolve Dragonback Assault and make a dragon then. Ral is pretty scary and we'll be able to ultimate soon, but I'm going to take the risk and leave him alive one turn. Oh, it deals damage to Planeswalkers also. That's good. A lot less worried about that now. Read your cards, Ben. Okay, hopefully this pressures them into tapping back out this turn. We love them minusing. That means they're digging for answers. Also means we have a lot more ways to kill this Ral now. World Soul's Rage can pretty easily do it. Another Dragonback Assault can do it. Can't remember offhand if there's anything else in the deck. Enigma Drake we're fine about. They are keeping up mana. Please tap out. We can maybe tempt them to action if they don't play anything by attacking the Ral. Then they'll either trade with their Enigma Drake or interact with our dragon, and we're fine with both of those outcomes. Looks like they're thinking about passing. Okay, they pass. Let's see if we can get some action. They're going to be losing one of their good cards either way here. Okay. I'm a lot less scared of Ral when he's on 2 loyalty. And we have 2 sweepers in hand. So this is going to be Icefield Explorer. Play lands from the graveyard, generate some dragons. If they counter here... Okay, and now we're 1 off from hitting Ral with World Soul's Rage and making that a kill. But we can get a dragon, and I think we just hold the sweeper. Yeah. Don't care about Dragecatcher. It might just die to our Dragonback Assault if that doesn't become countered. Really hoping they just play out their hand. Not sure why they're doing this now, to be honest. Okay, they want a slick sequence, see if they can draw anything good. I'm wondering if they if they have annuls post sideboard. A 1-mana annul would ruin our day if we try to play this Dragonback Assault. Okay, they have a land drop still. Okay, they're tapped out, I think. Let's see if we have the mana to assault and kill Ral. We do not. I think Ral is just the bigger threat right now. Okay, if we Icefield Explorer, make 2 land drops, that's 7. That's not enough mana. Okay. So yeah, it just has to be the World Soul's Rage. How many lands do we have in grave? Dang it. 1, 2, just 2. So we just cast our 7 here. Get these back in. With 3 dragons on the field, I'm less worried about their ground attackers, and then we can just sweep the board next turn. And they know it. At least they know the game's over. Was that a 2-0? That was a 2-0. Folks, this is a dank jank. Let me know if you want to hop in direct game. I'm going to say this between every match, basically. See, I've got a couple lurkers. We love you, lurkers. I'm usually a lurker. All right. Full steam ahead, indeed. Let's evaluate. I think coming down to 2 Meringue River Regents is very reasonable. We may want a second island. Just to increase... It doesn't increase our chances much. Do we want any dual lands? The Verges are the ones we want most. Do we like Spelunking? We could just go back up another land and cut Spelunking. He's one of my favorite cards, though. Yeah, I really like where we've ended up on this. I don't think we've changed any main board cards. Definitely working on the sideboard. We came in without a sideboard built, but that's how the jank works. All right, let's get back in the action. I'm still not sure about 4 torch towers. I think 2 or 3 might be the right answer, but we need to play more aggro to find out. That was a weird mid-rangey Izzet deck. You don't see those a lot in the current meta, as it tends to be a pretty fast color with a VV and Cauldron or Prowess options. They definitely have Prowess elements there, but went hard on the Rowls and Enigma Drakes and more mid-game kind of cards. Lots of counter spells. Your typical aggro deck won't have time to play a lot of that, except sideboard against other slow decks, but they had a lot of that stuff main board. Alright, this does not generate green mana. I have faith that we'll draw green mana. Okay, we are against some kind of artifact deck. Curious to see how this card works out. I have not seen it in action yet. Here it is for you folks. This will give her a second Ingenuity counter and allow her to tap to put into play a 2-drop. I'm expecting another Relic or a, yep, Bricks. That'll get them a land drop for next turn. I think we're going to lose this match, folks, especially if we don't draw green mana. We were on the draw. I think it's a reasonable keep. They're going to put in Synthesizer and then cast a 3-drop. There's Synthesizer. Okay, we don't have a lot of answers for artifacts in our board. Do we sideboard Cease Desist? Possibly. Okay, they didn't have a 3-drop to trigger Synthesizer. I think we're still just dead. I like that. We have green mana now. Next turn we can double ramp. It's just too late to do anything. Yeah, this is going to find at least one 3-drop and make a big old robot. Okay, yeah, we can be done. Alright, we know what we're up against. They don't really know what they're up against other than it's Teamer. Let's get those Seed Ship impacts. Let's get these Regents. Let's get our counter spells. We want to be somewhat fast in this matchup. Spelunking seems too slow. Ill-timed Explosion is just a bad sweeper against them. Their stuff gets too big too quickly. I still think we keep in the Wild Souls Rage as an alternate win con. Let's... I don't know if Incidental Life Gain is really the name of this game. Cornucopias is probably too slow to survive their robots. They go big or go home, basically. So let's cut down on those. Keep our 2 mana action. Whew. Yeah, we'll play first. Okay, 2 mana counter to... turn 2 counterspell, turn 3 ramp. Seems fine. We'll lead on Island, I guess. Okay. Not sure if we counter Marauder. We definitely don't counter that. Now we have the interesting choice of, if we play Bloomride Regent, they can resolve their Synthesizer and we don't have answers in hand. I think we have to hold. We're going to have to hold for the next 2 turns, unfortunately. Unless we just play it out. Bricks is fine. Okay. We can now glimpse, hold up a counter. I like that. It's probably pretty obvious that we have a counterspell, but that's all right. Yeah, countering that. This is now our chance to resolve Dragonback Assault. Even though it's not sweeping anything, usually their constructs when they make them are going to be too big to sweep. Next turn we can make a lot of dragons. We can make up to 4 dragons, 4/4/4s, if they don't have interaction. But this is now their window to resolve their synthesizer. Bingo. Still glad we countered the Battlefront. Okay. Good stuff. That mana looks like a counterspell. Let's just focus on making 2 dragons. If it's no more lies, we can pay for it. Yeah, 2 dragons will be plenty. That'll be pressure. I just don't want to walk into a counterspell. Looks like they did have it. Why else did they keep up mana? They would have cracked Guardian Relic if they wanted, if they didn't have something to play there. Double synth is trouble. We really want them to tap out. Maybe they want to play another 3-drop, get another couple of robots. That'll allow us to at least resolve our second Dragonback Assault, make 4 more dragons. Okay, make that 2 more dragons, assuming they take the assault here. Yeah, they take the assault here. Okay, folks, I think this is quite a bad matchup for us. Unfortunately, we can't really attack. I guess we attack with 1, put them on the clock. We will have 4 dragons ready to roll next turn. If we don't have to block, but we're going to have to block. We can counter this if we behold a dragon with Dispelling Exhale. I guess we have to. They might counter back. If they have their counterspell like we expected, this is probably just over. But I think if they resolve this, this is also just over. Let's see that counter. They let it go. Maybe they have another 3-drop they want to play, or they don't have the counter. They have another 3-drop they want to play. Let's see if this takes Dragonback Assault. No. Okay, now we can't even trade with their constructs, and we have to jump block both. Don't think there's anything that saves us here, folks. Randy's close, but not quite it. Alright. Artifacts is a reasonably common matchup these days. It's possible we should have a Hoser card in the sideboard. Let me see if my search skills are up to the task. I usually run Feast Assist as my artifact sweeper of choice. There's another one. There's Season of... Do I just not have it collected? Yeah. Season of Gathering. Choose artifact or enchantment, destroy all permanents for the chosen type. I think I probably like that over Cease Desist. Do I want to spend a mythic? Not really, but I do have... Rares are usually the bottleneck rather than mythics. So let's toss one in. Okay. 2 Graveyard Hate, 2 counter spells, anti-control, anti-aggro, for when our opponent runs a few key artifacts, and for when our opponent is just an artifact deck. We'll spend that mythic. Okay. All right, folks. We're doing some testing. I think this is we're going to do a ranked match, and then if y'all want to y'all want to do direct challenge, let me know. Pop your username and discriminator in the chat, and we can do a direct challenge to kind of cap off this deck testing. Opponent is on the play, and we have no plays before turn 4. Basically, we will mulligan. This is probably better. We need to Fabled Passage on 1, fetching green. Never mind. Red. Bulgari, what? They don't really have anything good to take here. I think if I were them, I would take Cornucopia or Dragonstorm. If there was just one explosion, I would be tempted to take that. But there's 2. Okay. They think they can take care of my other one before I cast it. I'm okay with that. Let's get our red mana. And Royal. Tough picks here. I think we pitch Ice. No, not Ice Till. We pitch a land. We can go turn 3 Cornucopia, turn 4 Explosion or Explorer. And if we do Explorer, that can play lands from the graveyard. So it's okay to keep it safe there. They just need to not take our Cornucopia this round. If they do, I have confidence we'll draw land for too long. But there is some risk to this play. Okay, we love that. Paw Patch Recruit, very bad, very good against spot removal. A lot worse against sweepers, and we have one in hand. Let's see if they can take care of it before I cast it. I don't think even Ouroboros saves them here. Okay, they do have the second bat. It's alright, we have a backup sweeper, and we have the ramp to probably get there. We can ramp up to Dragonback Assault. That'll take care of both the bats and give us our cards back. And they're not putting on enough pressure to really stop us. So this next turn is going to be Ice Till Explorer. It looks like they do have removal for it, but we thankfully drew a second one. If we get really lucky with our mills and they don't immediately kill it, which I imagine they will. Do they have the removal? Come on, if you have the kill spell, cast it. Yep, thank you. Okay, that's alright. They still aren't presenting enough pressure. If we top deck a land, we play Dragonback Assault. If they don't, we try another Ice Till. Innkeeper's Talent we're really not scared of, but that does point toward an Ouroboros +1/+1 counters build. Alright, hoping for the top deck land here. We don't. That's okay. We gain our life. I don't think they can interact with our Explorer here. I don't think we thin the deck right now. We want to keep lands in our deck to draw. Okay, this should get us Dragonback Assault next round. Also cast that, play that Fabled Passage and not crack it. We're going to save that until after we play the Assault to make an additional dragon. We should have them here. If they put all their mana into their Innkeeper's Talent, they can grow that one bat too big for the Dragonback Assault to kill it. It'll have 4 toughness and it deals 3 damage. But somehow I'm not too worried about a single bat. Sorry, folks. Slow opponent. What can you do? But on Wednesday, AlbinoCheesemonkey will be back from his Keyforge tournament, International Keyforge tournament, and will be able to join us for Jank-Off episode 38, I believe. I've got a spicy 5-color deck coming on up. And AlbinoCheesemonkey will be playing Space Cowboys in Naya, I believe. Alright, opponent, can you deal with my Dragonback Assault? No, but that's a creature that will certainly survive it. Let's gain some life. I'm not going to be able to deal with the Aganosaur Rex until we Well, I guess we'll generate enough dragons to block it. Let's just cast this, which is, you guessed it, another dragon. We're going to get blue mana here. We might still be able to cast a Dragon Storm this round. I can't remember if we... Yeah, we still had our additional land drop from Ice Till. Might as well. I don't think our opponent's last card is a sweeper. They're running a very creature-heavy deck. Okay, yeah, we're pitching the Fabled Passage. No attacks. That should be enough to block the Agonsor Rex. And we will have to block. Maelstrom Pulse would wreck us pretty hard there. We'd be chumping with our Explorer then. They could be running Maelstrom Pulse. Let's see if I summon what's probably a 1-of in their deck straight into their hand with my dire pronouncements. They may just level talent, start putting counters on their Rex. They still don't have good attacks if they do. But it seems like they are running low on options. Once we get an uncontested Dragonback Assault down, we're usually in quite good shape. Okay, I think we're going to start by casting at least one of these explosions, just to gain the life. Decline. Let's do another one to gain that life there. Good stuff. Alright, ramp time. Pitch another land. Okay. 3 of them is 12. Yeah. We want to make sure to leave enough back to block this Agonisaur, while also making sure we have lethal next turn if they aren't able to kill more than, say, 2 of our dragons. An order a tumblebag. Opponent, I think it's over. Yeah, that's not going to do it. They're definitely a +1/+1 counter deck. Oh, this will get it big enough to get over past my dragons. Okay. If we block with everything, we don't have lethal in the air. So, we won't block with everything. And there will be no need to belabor this if they pass with no mana up. Oh, 5. Yes, attack all. Thank you. Punch, 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 punch. All right. Dragonback Assault. We've assaulted them on Dragonback. Spot removal still seems pretty bad against them. We'll trust in our sweepers. Counters, don't really care about. Maybe some siege ships impacts to get rid of their talents. We just might be pretty well prepared for the main board, which is, you know, why we won. Not sure we need these. Looks fine. This should be a good matchup for us. If they have outs in growing a creature very large, too difficult for our sweepers to kill. It's possible we should have brought in Meringue River Regent to cover that use case, but this went pretty well. I think we can just assemble blockers if the game goes well for us. More important, just keep in our ramp and early interaction. How y'all enjoying the music? I know it's kind of eclectic, but that's my taste. Okay, we have no plays before turn 3, but turn 4 we have a sweeper, so I think we just keep. This is a pretty strong hand. I would have liked to turn 2 play. But we're playing a big old ramp deck. I think often our card quality will just be able to overwhelm their aggression. They don't have a 1-drop. Very good for us. We draw a big old sweeper, win con, all in one. Love those. Okay, don't mind that at all. Let's play some blue, scare them a bit. We have a counterspell. We could. Okay, Tumblewag resolves. This Tumblewag's going to get quite big quite quickly. That's alright. I think here we can play the Cornucopia. We have lands in hand. If they destroy the Cornucopia, we are still able to cast our sweeper. We are going to need to cast our sweeper. Okay, this should make the Tumblewag. Oh, I thought it was going to be a 6/6. A 7/7 is too big. Yeah, they got us. We can hope to draw into Ureni with our ill-timed explosion. Yeah, okay. Time to bring in those Meringue River Regents. And we will be cutting... Roiling Dragon Storm, Ice Till. Ice Till's not a very good blocker against them. Their creators get too big. Alright folks, they had a good draw. That's alright. A turn 4 a Roboroid that you can't answer, especially if it immediately begins putting counters on it, is pretty good. Again, risky keep. Technically we can't play anything until turn 4. Well, we can play this on turn 3, but we probably won't. But I just don't want to go down on cards, and we're on the play. I think this explosion will be quick enough when we're on the play. What's better than one explosion? How about 2? Bristly Billiam. Alright, well we can't kill that. If they play another creature, we're going to ill-timed explosion next round. If they don't, we're going to try... No, we can't World Souls Rage it. We may be ill-timed explosion it no matter what. I don't think we want it to get much bigger. Let's see how they react to this. Sure. Okay, their Roboroid's probably going to get too big for us. That's what I was afraid of. Next turn we'll have 7 mana, but it will be at 6 toughness if they don't do anything to it. And we use 7 mana, World Souls Rage deals 5 damage. They need to take Dragonback Assault here. Or they should. But I think their Roboroid's just going to outgrow us. We won the first game because they didn't draw it, I guess. Although by the time we got to the point where they could play it, we already had the board under control. Yeah, they're playing well. This is their key card against us. Right, now we need Meringue River Regent. If they don't present any targets, I'm gonna World Souls Rage face. How many cards? Oh, there's one in there. Yeah, it's just gonna grow too quick. We need to draw one of our big cards this turn. I think this is our last shot. If we discard a 6-drop or greater, we can't. Alas. Alright, this is a situation where Into the Flood Maw would have been a good card to have. It's also a reasonable card against aggro, so possible we should bring one of those back into the board. Let's take a look at that, folks. I could see... Dang it, Flood Maw is always 2 words. They have a similar role, Torches and Flood Maws, which was a 1-mana interaction against aggro. I think this is probably fine. Okay. And folks, that is tank to rank. We got quite good results with this deck on the ranked ladder after just pulling it out of the tank with not a single play on it. We crafted its sideboard. We decided that I like all its main deck cards. It's possible we should cut one of these fun cards for a land. Spelunking or Frostcliff Siege would be candidates. So would a World Souls Rage. It's possible 4 of on this card is too many. But gotta have some fun when you're janking off. All right, I guess the last part of the process is to kind of review how the jank tank works. I've gotten this a lot more organized since starting the series. We're on episode 38 now, coming out Wednesday. Tune in for that. Basically, I've started just building all my decks and saving them without crafting the wild cards, and then kind of going through and looking at, okay, what cards are going to be required to finish these? It looks like we got 4 rares here, 5 rares. Okay, 5 rares, and then I might go to the next one. See, okay, this one is uncommons and 4 mythics. Actually, plenty of mythic wild cards, so might do this one before the last one. Kind of in that way, figure out which of these decks I have. I'm just kind of closest to finishing because I've got to mind those wildcard counts. Once they're playable, pick them up, give them a heart, start taking them against the ladder. Get the best of 1 main board finalized, then go to best of 3 to get that sideboard finalized. Once it's ready, it's here in the jank tank, ready to be played. We've got Dragonback Rage, ready to go now. Burninating is ready to go. That has not come out. Spoilers, folks. Cornucopia Control will be this week on Wednesday. And Sultai Singularity also in the tank, ready to go. So now we have 4 decks. The rest of these hearted ones have been in previous episodes. So check that out in the playlist that you're watching this video in if you're on YouTube. Down here we have some old, now rotated or banned decks that I like to keep ready just for the occasional fun play in Pioneer or casual challenges. And then the rest of these are janks in the tank ready to craft. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Dino Herd is not quite main board complete, but so we'll say 14. 14 deck ideas. I just need the wild cards and the time to play them. I love it. So let me know what you guys are looking forward to out of these. Coming up and finished our Dragonback Rage, Burninating. Should we come up with a good name for this, folks? Let me know in the comments. Go ahead and go on to YouTube. Toss down those comments. Tell me what I should be naming this Teamer Landfall Dragonback Assault deck. Right now it's Dragonback Rage because Dragonback Rage, those are our win cons, but we can do something clever, and I have hope that you all can help me. Anyway, we got these 4 decks ready to go for next time, and then I'm curious what of these concepts piques y'all's interest. The ones I'm looking forward to playing most are Jund Punitions, What Win Cons 2, Shiko Mice, Space-Time Siege, Jund Landfall, and maybe Raise the Skull Crabs. What is in those? I don't know. Give me a follow. Give me a subscribe. That'll help YouTube or Twitch keep you in the loop for knowing when I'm live next, playing whatever janks will be coming next, because we got a lot in the tank. We got a lot coming. Hope you all enjoyed seeing a bit of the behind the scenes process for how we get going on these in the series, or at least how I do. I think AlbinoCheesemonkey's method is much the same. Let's open our 1 pack that we got from play today. I know y'all love cracking packs. And our rare is King of the Cold Blood Curse. Seems like a good commander card. I don't have any janks that'll be incorporating it, unfortunately. Alright, folks. So let me know on that deck name. Let me know which of these you're looking forward to seeing most. And let me know if you have any additional deck ideas you want me to think about janking off on, you know? Regardless, This has been Ben or Break, behind the scenes on the Jank-Off. We, AlbinoCheesemonkey and I, stream the Jank-Off every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 23 UTC. Just weren't able to do it this week because Mikey's off playing a Keyforge tournament. We'll be doing it Wednesday instead. Thanks y'all for watching. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. See you later this week. Until then, stay janky.